Hi, Herb here for RV Travel World, giving you a few tips on how to winterize a coach. Today we're working on a 2021 Genesis Supreme. First step to the winterization process is going to be draining the system. Also remembering that winterizing coolant, the antifreeze, is not automobile antifreeze. It's a special antifreeze that's non-toxic and has no alcohol or ethanols in it. That's for your safety. First step, drain your system. This is our water heaters. Most of them are the same. This is a Suburban. You take the cover off. Also, most of them have a plug or an anno rod. You would remove that. Watch out, the water's going to come out of here if you do have water in this. Make sure all your water's off, and later in this video we will be going into the coach to bypass this water heater before we put antifreeze in the coach. Also remember your low point drains. This is where the water would come out of your complete system. You want to open those up and let them drain all of the water out, the hot and the cold side. After we're done with that, after you get all of your fluid out of your system, you're going to want to close these all back up just for the meantime. Later on, when we introduce this into the system, we're going to open them up so that we know the system's full. Hi, we're inside this coach now, this beautiful Genesis, looking at where the bypass for the water heater is going to be. It'll be just below the location where we saw the water heater. It's behind a cabinet door, and there's a cover behind it. We're going to find the valve in there. Some of the units will have them plainly marked, which will say water heater bypass. Others, you'll have to find them and then take the panel off where they're located, move it aside, and you'll find the valve back in here. And now that we've bypassed the water heater, we're going to want to introduce some of the antifreeze into the locations we can't get water out of, and those are the P-traps. So we're going to want to pour some of this down the drain. That way it'll mix with the water that's in there, or better yet, force the water out of that location, and that way it won't freeze in there. And here we are outside the coach again, ready to introduce the antifreeze into the system. Make sure we have our low point drains open so that we can see the antifreeze come out when the system is full. When you're down here, let's also make sure that our fresh tank valve is open and we empty all the water out of the fresh tank, because that can freeze and we're not going to have any antifreeze in there. So let's make sure that that's open. Anywhere we can have fluids that can get frozen, we want them to be empty. On some coaches, they have the antifreeze port clearly marked where the water port is, where all the rest of the water locations are. But in this Genesis, it's where the water pump is, which is back in this panel here. There's a removable panel with hinges on it that you can access that, where you'll find a hose or an introduction valve that puts this into the system. You turn the water pump on. When it comes out, you shut your low point drains off, turn off your water pump, and you're ready for the winter. Again, this is Herb for RV Travel World. You can call us at any location or on YouTube channel and our Facebook page.